What's the word, Josh? Your boy Scotty Wilson back with another fabulous episode of Vlogging for My Sanity. And you can hear it in my voice. Yeah, one of them days. You know what's so funny? I find it really interesting when I decide to make these videos sometimes, because I know when people watch these videos, sometimes, for the most part, I think people like the inspirational part, the stuff what I be talking about as far as, like, you know, helping people and getting yourself together. It's really weird for me because I didn't really like the stuff that I talk about. I don't really say it to be inspirational at all. I really don't. I promise y'all, I'm not even attempting to be inspirational. I mean, I know it can come off that way, and I'm not mad that it comes off that way, but it's not. It's very interesting that me just talking about what's going on in my head is people find inspiring. Because for me, like I said, like a lot of the times when I'm vlogging and when I'm talking about what's going on in my head, I'm not in a very good headspace. So the fact that hey, how you doing? The fact that people find it inspiring is very interesting. I don't genuinely know how to feel about it sometimes. I really don't. Because I just don't be knowing how to feel about it sometimes, if I'm being honest. Cause like I said, I be having days where I just be up, like today. You know, nothing necessarily bad specifically has happened. It's not specifically, but you ever just get to thinking about life and just the people around you and just stuff around you. And I tend to do that a lot. I find myself forcing myself to be grateful in order to sustain my mental health. But I don't like the fact that it feels like I have to force myself to be grateful. I genuinely don't care for that. Thought that was a light pole. Yeah, I don't like that. Cause it feels like I be coming up with excuses for myself when I'm mad about life. Like when I'm mad about certain stuff, it feels like I use grateful as an excuse. I don't know if that's the right thing to do though. But that's just how it feels to me. It feels like every time something's going wrong and I say, oh, well, maybe, you know, so I should be glad that I woke up this morning, but I'm upset though. Like I'm having a bad day, and it feels a little bit disingenuous. Like if I was giving advice to somebody else, you know, that's like having a bad day, and I was just like, oh, well, it'll be better tomorrow. Like, that's just horrible. That's horrible advice, in my personal opinion. It really is. And I think the reason why I be struggling with it is because I don't have nobody to necessarily, like, give me advice like that. Not really. Like, not nobody that just genuinely cares like that. And of course, until people get caught up in their own life. But I don't know too many people that, like, just call me randomly and just check on me. It may be like one or two people, but, you know, it's very rare that happens. And then even when they do, you know, I find it very difficult sometimes to just ask for advice. Like, I really do wish I had somebody that I could just, like, go to that I felt safe with. I genuinely don't. Like, I really don't. And the up part is that people will hear what I said. This is what pisses me off. I'll post a video saying what I'm saying, right? And then somebody that I know personally will get offended. Like, oh, well, you could have talked to me. You don't make me feel like I can talk to you. You don't. You really don't. If I felt like I could talk to you freely, then I wouldn't feel this way. But I genuinely do not know a lot of people around me that I can speak freely. And a lot of people that know me, I feel like they would understand where I'm coming from a little bit more than maybe the average person, because the way I come off can be a lot. I genuinely come off like even when I don't come off, and even when I'm not intending to come off like an because speaking about something with more logic than feeling definitely comes off like an like, I think that's why most people have an issue with working a 9-to-5, because when you try to make a human being a robot, it just doesn't settle well. Even though that's kind of where we at as far as, like, merit in life. You know, we should be competing and trying to do more than the average person and all this other blah, blah, blah. But when you do that so much that you take out the humanness of the person, you're gonna have conflict regardless. You're gonna have conflict. So for example, let's say you one of my friends, right? Let's just say people I was just talking about. The reason why I can't talk to you is because when I tell you how I feel about you, you get offended before you try to understand. And for me, most humans do that. I'm probably one of the only few people that I know personally that would allow you to sit there and just vent your feelings regardless of how it may come across to them. I feel like my mother is probably the only person that I know that'll do that, and she don't even do it like that. She does it for me, of course, because I'm her son. But I don't know nobody that'll just let you talk. Like, and then and to the capacity where they understand that what you're saying isn't personal, you're just having a moment. And that'll be my thing with a lot of people. Like, I be having moments with people that I kind of need to get out, but I can't do that because be weak. People be soft. Like, so if I tell you how I really feel about it, then now all of a sudden we're going to be arguing about what I said versus how I was feeling. And it's going to misconstrue the entire point. And now we arguing about some other shit, and I still didn't. Now I got two issues. Now, not only did I have the issue that I was having before when I felt like I couldn't say something, now I still have that issue because it didn't get resolved because you got more offended by what I said versus me needing to vent, because I do need to vent. But then these be the same people that be like, bro, you can talk to me about anything. No, I can't. No, I cannot. I genuinely wish I did have friends like that, but I don't. I really wish I did. I don't feel like I have friends where I can talk to about anything without them getting offended. That be my thing. You will get offended. You will be offended. If you had the discipline to be able to listen without getting offended, I wouldn't feel that way. But I haven't seen too many people do it. I have not been able to see anybody do that for real. I know probably in their own capacity, and this is why they'll get offended, because they'll hear what I just said and be like, and they'll think about their situations and their experiences and how they put up maybe with somebody else, which don't have shit to do with me. So it still be even more weird when they get offended by the shit that I say. But the whole thing is, the vlogging for My Sanity was for me. It was for me because I felt like I had nobody to talk to. And the more I do it and the more it works, the more it gets popular, now all of a sudden people got shit to say. And for me, it feels very disingenuous sometimes, because I'm like, well, where the f was y'all at before? I haven't really been this different. Like, the reason why I started vlogging for My Sanity and trying to document it, because it got so deep, it got so dark in my head where I'm like, well, what if I die? And all of these thoughts are in my head, and nobody, you know what I'm saying? I can't give this advice to nobody. I'm pretty sure there's somebody that's related to me or close to me that can use some of the things that I be saying. And I get so caught up in my head, it literally feels like I'm going crazy sometimes. I need to get this shit out. So then I started doing that. But a lot of stuff that I be having to say be offending people. But I'm just tired of caring. I really am. Just in general, I'm really genuinely tired of caring about that, because I don't intend to hurt anyone. I don't. I don't intend to offend anybody, but it's just like, bro, people around me be doing oh my God, they just be real disingenuous sometimes. Like, and then for me, I also, and I could be tripping. That's why I said maybe that's why I kind of want to create a community, and I don't necessarily care about the views and the likes right now, because the few people that I believe that would just gravitate towards my shit, hopefully would be people that understand where I'm coming from, or at least would be able to offer some sound advice about some shit. But a lot of people, even when it comes to social media, I noticed that too, because I don't get a lot of likes and comments or whatever. But even on social media, when I have comments, like when people comment on my videos or something like that, like, which is not a lot, so of course I see it now. But it's almost like I'll read a comment and it's like, bro, did you actually even watch the video? Or did you just read the title and then just responded? It's so weird. It's so weird. So then that makes you feel like even more like, whatever. Does any of it matter? And I don't want to. Why does he keep looking at me? That's so annoying. That's why I hate coming out here when people are out here. Like, do what you doing. Don't worry about the I'm doing. Mind your business. I'm sorry, y'all. I have so much frustration in my heart unnecessarily. But it's just, like I say, I don't like that. I know that I probably come off to y'all like I fuss a lot. Like I complain a lot. That's sometimes what it feels like to me, which is why I prefer to try to give better advice and then just talk about other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like I complain a lot. But at the same time, it's just like, bro, people around me are so annoying. Like, they just they can't help but to get offended. And to me, I don't even mind you getting offended, because there's been times where people talk to me and vent to me and it offends me, like the stuff that they're saying. But I will add context. I'll give you an example. I was talking to somebody the other day, because I'm good at this, so I don't have to name names. I was having a conversation with a female the other day. She venting, but the whole thing she's venting about her dude. That's cool, whatever, you can vent. She going on and on and on and on about the but then it turns into, that's how all black men act. Okay, I hear you. Now, I'm gonna let you go, but from time to time, I'm going to interject, because you talking about black men, and I am a black man, so I feel you, but I don't feel you. So for me, it be in those types of capacities where it's like, all right, I'm like I even told her that it's like, look, I don't have a problem with you venting. I have no problem with you venting. I literally said that. I have no problem with you venting, but you gotta cut it out with this black shit. Like, you gotta cut it out with the black man shit, and maybe white man better. Like, don't. I don't think you know who you're talking to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel you, because I want you to vent. I want you to have a safe space to speak. But you do know that I'm a black man, right? Like, at what point where it's almost like you just being ignorant? Like, I hear you. You talking about, first of all, you talking about a handful of individuals. You talking about the people that you done dealt with. You're not talking about all black men, because the majority of the shit that you're saying, I don't do. So I don't know what to tell you about all of the that you run into to do the shit that you're talking about, because I don't do this shit, so I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be my thing. If somebody was to come vent to me and say, hey, I need to vent, because black men get on my nerves. I have dealt with this situation, and this situation, and this situation, and this is why it's just sometimes it feels like black men as a whole do too much. That's adding context. That's adding understanding. That's also being clear about what you have going on. So I don't have a problem with that. If you mean to tell me that the that you keep running into, keep being disingenuous, keep lying to you, keep being full of shit, they leaving you with this, they leaving you with that, blah, 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 blah. I get that. I'm not mad at that. But what I need you to do is I need you to talk about them niggas, not all niggas, because I'm a nigga. And that's an example of the difference between what I be trying to do and what I feel like other people be trying to do. Like, other people, I think y'all just like to complain. The reason why complaining bothers me, and I even like try to speak about it and let y'all know, like, oh, my bad, I complain a lot. Oh, my bad, I fuss a lot. Oh, my bad, I be hating. Is because I care about the fact that it comes off that way. I don't think people care. And to a certain extent, I wonder, is that the one thing that stresses me out more than anything else in the world? Because I get stressed because I feel like I don't have a safe space to be myself. A lot of other people, I don't know if they even have to me, I know a lot of people that feel like this too, but it looks weird to me, because I'm like, well, do you have the right to say the same thing that I'm saying? Because do you add context when you're fussing? Like, are you clear on what you're upset about when you're upset about something? Because if not, we ain't the same. We're not talking about the same shit. If you're not able to tell somebody, hey, I didn't like this is the thing. A lot of the people that I feel like I can't vent to, I've tried to have conversations with about certain things before. They're just not. Some people I can't do nothing about it. Some people it's genuinely like, at this point in life, because we've gotten older, at this point in life, I can't necessarily look at people to be as gung-ho about certain things as I am, because now them niggas got kids. And for me, that's what's frustrating. It's because before you had kids, I was on your ass about getting shit done. And now you have kids, and now it's like, well, I have to understand. Because you have a family, you got kids, you got a girl you got to take care of, blah, blah, blah. Life. That's what people always say. Man, you know, life be lifing. That's people's excuse. To me, that's what it be, an excuse. That's how it feels to me. Because what does any of that have to do with getting shit done? It doesn't. Because for me, my thought process behind getting shit done is more of a community type of thought process. A lot of people don't move like that. As long as they can take care of their shit or their family, then they're totally fine. Get that too, some American ass shit, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. For me, in my head, I never necessarily moved like that, because I've always just thought community and family was important. Like, I just always thought it was important. Even when it didn't necessarily work with mine. Even when my community didn't work out, even when my family didn't work out, I still always thought that it was important. You know, I've never been the friend. Even when I didn't fuck with my family, there's a time where I didn't fuck with my family at all. You still wouldn't catch me giving you the advice to not fuck with yours. You would never catch me doing that. Like, no matter what I was going through with anybody individually, I would never sit here and tell you, oh, well, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your family. You know what I'm saying? Nah, just I tell you, I understand. I tell you, I understand why you feel that way and how we can get to that point. But I'm never just going to tell you to disregard your family like that or disregard community like that. Because my thing is, the reason why we disregard community is because we disregard family. Y'all don't, you still mad about your cousin that stole something, so now you got to take it out on me, the stranger. And it's the world's fault, and the world's fucked up. And it's like, nah, the world ain't fucked up, your cousin fucked up. That individual is fucked up, and they are fucked up for a specific reason. And because nobody cares about that specific reason, we just gonna chuck it up to, oh, they fucked up. That's how the cousin or the uncle or the auntie in the family that be having issues, mental health issues, that don't nobody want to fuck with for real, that's how they, every time y'all come to the function, oh, you got to watch out for such. Because nobody ever, like, had the conversation. Nobody ever sat down and, like, talked about it. Because, you know what I'm saying, it's a family reunion, so we can't do it here. We can't talk about cousin such, even though they do the same dumbass shit all the fucking time. We can't talk about uncle blah, 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 because he's a drunk. Even though I'm sure some of y'all know why he's a drunk. But we ain't gonna trip off of it. That's just who he is. No community. No community. No attempts to help. None. And for me, like I say, it's just, you know, I know I'm a grown man now, but at the same time, it's still sad. Because I was a kid, and this is what y'all are telling young black boys. Y'all telling them that none of that shit matters. It's basically fuck you and take care of yourself, even though even when you take care of yourself, it's still gonna be some people around you that don't care about that. They're still gonna be upset about that. So, yeah, it's just a little disheartening. That's all. You know, we could do a little bit better with community, a little bit better with family. You know, to the best of our ability. I know it's difficult, but for me, I think I would have a little bit of an easier way. I think it would be easier for me to do that if I had a safe space to speak. Which, because I felt like I didn't, I had to create one. You know. And I don't want y'all to look at it like everybody around me is a bad person. I don't think everybody around me is a bad person. I do think it is unfortunate that niggas around me are soft. And because if they wasn't, then I'd be able to talk. I would be able to communicate and speak on how I feel without it being an issue. I can't really, trust me, there's nobody around me that can handle emotions. I genuinely don't. Now that I can say for sure. I wish a nigga would get offended by that. They can't. If the conversation gets too emotional, if we start talking about emotions for too long, or trying to get like in the nitty gritty or some shit like that, niggas go left field every fucking time. Like, and I'm really rolling through the Rolodex of people that I have in my head right now, and I'm trying to think if anybody doesn't fit that description, and I can't think of one. Somebody always caught up in the shit that they going through and what they got going on and all this, that, and the other. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's okay for you to be going through stuff. But for me, it's like, why is that the excuse when I'm calling you to get some shit done? Like, why when y'all talk to me, that's the excuse? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm trying to fuck with you, but you know, I got this going on. The fuck they got to do with me? Because I genuinely feel like that's how I'm treated. So I don't understand why it's different when it's me. Because if I come up with if I have some shit going on, like I do, if I have mental health issues going on, like I do, y'all niggas disappear on me. Y'all don't give me the benefit of the doubt. Niggas just disappear. Niggas just be nowhere to be found. The work just stops. The work will just stop. If I stop doing, if something bad happens to me, like it has, if I go through something like it has, then niggas will disappear. No work will continue to move. Like, I have to be on niggas' asses about shit in order for shit to get done. And then when I come at it like that, well, I'm not they boss, so I can't come at them like that. And it's like, all right, bro. Because it's niggas because there's people in the world where if they said the same thing to you, you wouldn't have a problem with it because they have the credentials. Understandable. Completely understandable. For me, I feel like it's a little bit disingenuous. It's a little bit disheartening because niggas won't give me the same respect, I guess, because I don't have the credentials. Understandable. Understandable. But that's why I get frustrated with people, and I get in these modes where I'm just like, bro, I don't know. Like, that's why I just get in these modes sometimes. You know, I do get in these modes sometimes, and that's why I be having a vlog for My Sanity. This vlogging shit, this is not for you. Like, that's why I get pissed off when people take what I do personally. Or, matter of fact, for example, I had a nigga do that recently. Stop talking to me because he felt like I was talking shit about him on one of my vlogs. And the vlog didn't even have nothing to do with him. The crazy part is we had gotten to it apparently he got into it with me because I didn't even know nigga was mad at me. But this nigga called me on some bullshit, talking something, yeah, don't be going on the internet, telling people on the internet what we be going through. First of all, who the fuck is you talking to like a girl? Let's start there. Who the fuck is you talking to? First of all. Second of all, bro, you gotta be, like, this is the thing. Niggas be so quick to be offended. Niggas be so quick to be butthurt. You want to be upset. You want to. People want to be upset. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, people wake up looking for something to be upset about. Because, like I told him, I said, bro, if you had clicked on this video for 5 seconds, you'd have realized that I wasn't even talking about you. You would have had to click on it for literally 5 seconds. The opening scene tell you what I'm talking about. Like, I was talking about something that they didn't have nothing to do with him. And the crazy part is the data I posted that video, and he claimed that I was talking about him. First of all, I had literally saw him maybe 5 minutes before that. So I don't know how I made an hour-long video 5 minutes after I saw you. Don't know how I did that. First of all, my bad. Second of all, what? People just disingenuous, bro. People are annoying and disingenuous, bro. Because whatever you was mad about had absolutely nothing to do with me. And now, instead of you apologizing and taking accountability for the fact that you were wrong, now all of a sudden you got to stop fucking with me because you was wrong. And and I've been finding out that, like, that happens an awful lot in my life. It seems like that happens a lot. When I get to, I don't like it because it feels like it's the only, like, every time I have to stand up for myself, that's what happens. People just disappear. And it's like, why y'all mad every time I stand up for myself? Because I really get, because if you hadn't had an issue, there would have been no issue. I don't be having issues with people. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I have the shit that I have to say, like I just did, like the fact that I don't feel like I can vent to nobody. If anybody feel like they got an issue with that, they more than welcome to call me and we can have a conversation about it. I bet you it won't last long. Because every time we get into emotions and feelings, now all of a sudden niggas is in their emotions and feelings, and because y'all can't handle y'all emotions and feelings, now we arguing. Stupid shit. And that be my problem, because you're quick to have an argument, because you want to argue. You have no fucking discipline. You have no fucking discipline, and I cannot deal with niggas that don't have discipline. There's no conversation with me. At least at this point, I'm just starting to understand that. Like, at this point, if you niggas don't have no fucking discipline, you can't have a conversation. There's nothing to talk about with me. There's nothing to talk about. Because to me, as a businessman, I didn't know that was a skill that I had until I was placed in a position to actually have to utilize it. When I was a manager, or when I was the manager over the managers, bro, you can't afford to be in your feelings when people are talking. You're gonna crumble your company like that. So maybe I'm just more business oriented than the average person. Maybe that's what it is. You can't do that. If you want something to work, if you want somebody to put something together with you and it actually works, fam, you gotta be able to listen without getting your feelings. So, I don't know. Maybe because I can do it and they can't. Maybe that's why I'm holding it against them, which, that might be bad too. What's happening? Hey, you. Hey, you. I'm giving me a dog one of these days. Alright, this is my final lap. I'm probably gonna go back. I'm gonna go home back into the crib. Call it a day. So many people out here. I don't like it. But, anywho, yeah. I done said that before. You know, so I just be needing to vent, y'all. And I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Yeah, I just be needing to vent and get it out. Because sometimes I just be feeling like I do a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I understand that people be having life to deal with and all this, that, and the other. I get it. At this point, it ain't even no point of me trying to like. I'm talking to my fans because I'm pretty sure at this point, anybody that know me already fucking butthurt and fucking start watching the video. So corny, bro. That's so corny, bro. I swear to God, I would be so much further in life if that didn't happen so often. If niggas was like, man, I ain't know you felt like that. My fault. I ain't know you felt like that. My fault, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really fuck with you. I really do. Like, if that was the conversation I would get, because that's what I do to people. You know what I'm saying? If somebody tell them, hey, Scotty, you did something I didn't like. My bad, bro. I'm my fault, bro. I apologize. I didn't even know that offended you. Like, I didn't intend to offend you, so my fault. What can we do to fix this? That's what I do. So the fact that people don't do that to me, I'm genuinely starting to not give a fuck. I'm genuinely starting to not give a fuck because it lets me know that you didn't really care about me in the first place. You didn't care about what I had to say. So you decided to be butthurt. So therefore, you were looking to be hurt. You weren't looking for understanding. You weren't looking to help me for real. You were looking to be hurt. So, be hurt. That's how I'm feeling at this point. Be hurt. Because if you really care, then care. Like, it shouldn't even have to take all of that. If you care, then care. Like, just fucking care. If you care, then just fucking care. And I don't want y'all to make it personal to me either. Because the stuff that I'm saying, a lot of people either feel or go through. And you be on one side or another, because you might be one of those people. You might be one of those people where every time somebody try to talk to you, you get offended. And it's like, bro, you got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing that. Because I understand that. I definitely get that. Because, again, it actually goes back to what I was saying earlier. When the girl came and venting to me about the black man. And I was just like, okay, I hear you venting. But now we on hour 2. And it's still black man ain't shit this, black man ain't shit that. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to need you to reel that in. Like, let's get to a point. What are the solutions here? You know what I'm saying? And like I say, for me, that's the same type of grace that I want. If I'm so mad that I feel like I want to talk shit about black women, give me a space to just feel that for a moment. Now, don't let me dwell, because that's basically what I was doing when I told her to reel it in. Hey, you dwelling, and you starting to sound like this is how you going to just genuinely feel in general. Don't do that. If I want to sit here and fuss about black women, I should have the right to do that. I'm a fucking black man. If a black woman want to sit here and fuss about black men, she has the right to do that. She's a black man. She's a black woman. Cool. Don't dwell. I don't have a problem with you venting. Don't dwell. Because when you dwell, you start to project that energy, and it starts to become a real thing. And then I have to deal with that energy regardless of whether it came from you directly or not. Because now you leaving this energy in the world as a we not shit, black men ain't shit, all that and the other. So now I got to deal with people treating me like I ain't shit. Because this narrative exists in a space around you. So one of the main reasons why I want to fucking get out of St. Louis, it's too much of that. It's too many narratives that are like seemingly normal. Like, people make a lot of stuff in St. Louis that ain't right seem normal because a lot of people do it, and they don't want to be condemned. They don't want to be, I don't want to say condemned, because to me it look like they just don't want to be accountable. Because it's like, bro, just say you fucked up. You know how many women in the world know they fucked up with their kid, but they don't want to admit it, because if they do, they're going to admit they made a mistake, but they don't want to call the kid a mistake. So that's pretty, like, there's a lot of people that do that. There's a lot of people who know genuinely that they made a mistake, and they could actually heal themselves if they said, I made a mistake. But then their brain won't let them have discernment with the difference between you made a mistake and the kid is a mistake. You made a mistake. That doesn't make the kid a mistake. But you have to say you did something wrong. You have to say you made a mistake. Like, that you're not healed from that, because you keep moving as if somebody did something to you. You still moving in this victim mentality when you're not a fucking victim. You were a young dumbass kid. And you need to say you're a young dumbass kid. A lot of people don't want to admit that they were dumbasses. Like, that's why that's why I get offended when people come at me about certain shit, because I can say when I'm a dumbass. I can say when I was stupid. I can say I was young and dumb and I was doing young and dumbass shit. That was stupid. I can admit when I was fucking wrong. But for me, it feels like a lot of people just, like, it hurts them to, it like literally physically brings them pain to admit that they did something wrong. And it's like, bro, that's why your life is stagnant. You could get so much further. Look at what you've already accomplished. You could get so much further if you would just admit that you were wrong. Like, that was wrong. That'd be my thing. That's one of the reasons why I vent to y'all and I can't vent to my friends. Because my friends will get offended by what I'm saying instead of saying, nah, bro, you just tripping. They won't comfort me and tell me it's okay and tell me, hey, bro, you just tripping. They'll be mad. We got to argue about it. We got to get into a fight. Like, that's why I don't have a safe space. That's why a lot of people don't have a safe space to speak. And that's why I feel like a lot of people are disingenuous about the shit that they be feeling, because they'll sit up here and do that. And I've had a lot of people come at me in them same situations. Not just women, dudes too. Some of you niggas is baby daddies and didn't mean to do that shit. And you shouldn't have did that shit because somebody told you. It's been niggas around me. Well, I done told your dumb ass, bro, stop doing that, bro. Stop sleeping with that girl. Stop fucking with this bitch. You're gonna get her pregnant. Like, I was never the kid in high school when girls come around and joke about certain shit, because girls used to joke about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm in church. I'm in church. I don't believe in abortion. Yep, we're not having sex. It's that simple. Like, you don't believe in abortion because you go to church, you believe in God, but we still having sex out of wedlock. Bitch, you're confused. Like, you're fucking confused. I'm not having sex with you. Like, it's that, for me, when I was a kid, it was that simple. It wasn't rocket science. And niggas was literally trying to make that shit rocket science. Well, I don't know, bro, but her ass fat though. Yeah, I'm well aware. That's exactly why she would probably end up pregnant. I'm cool. Like, how is that not common sense? It should be common sense, shouldn't it? Because niggas tried to make me seem like I was gay. Damn, you wouldn't fuck her? No, she looks stupid. Like, look at her ass though. She looks slow. Like, she might have real mental issues. The fuck are you just looking at her ass for? Look at her fucking face. Like, look at her face. Look in her eyes, my nigga. Like, something's wrong with this girl. You talking about look at her ass though. That's exactly why the world be cooked now. That's why I be so many idiots in the world, because now I got to deal with stupid females who take the place of females who actually work hard and do what the fuck that they supposed to do. And now I got to deal with nimrods having the same conversations that the women who actually have the right to have that conversation are having. And that's the part where it gets disingenuous when it comes to these male and female fucking conversations. Because when you make it a this versus them, or a us versus them thing, people are going to come together regardless of whether they like each other or not, which is exactly why they won't say nothing about Africa every time they talk about a war. Because if you make it a us versus them thing, if you make it a race thing for real, you're going to lose. You have to give it an illusion of a race thing. You have to say, oh, well, we having world war because we got real problems, but Africa, it's just all internal conflict. You know, niggas just don't like niggas. Well, I thought it was a race thing. Yeah, it ain't a race thing. Because if you start pitting niggas against each other, if you make it a us versus them thing, see, America's real good at that. And they do it when it's convenient. But if you make it a us versus them thing, you're gonna lose. That's why they push that whole gender war thing. Because it gotta be women versus men. Because if you get black women and black men on the same side to argue the same point, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Because black men can't articulate themselves very well at all. We are really, really bad at communication. But if you get a black woman to understand us and be able to articulate what we're trying to say for us, and we standing behind her, oh yeah, you cooked. Yeah, you're cooked. A strong black woman and a strong black man together, cooked. You're cooked. There's nobody in the world that can beat them. You're fucking cooked. Like, think about how many times that y'all done tried to get rid of Beyonce and Jay-Z. Like, just think about how many rumors that they have in the world. That certain people wouldn't even be able to survive if they had a half of a rumor like that. Like, I know niggas that die off of rumors that they done went through, and the rumor was a lie. It wasn't even true. Like, it was a whole lie, whole career over with. Bro, you just can't, like, it's something about the power of a black man and a black woman when they together. You can call them what you want. You can call them what you want. You can call them Illuminati, all this, that, and the other, whatever you want. But I guarantee you, if they were by themselves, it wouldn't be the same. If it was just Beyonce by herself, or it was just Jay-Z by herself, it wouldn't be the same. Y'all don't get it. You do not get it. You genuinely do not understand the power of a black man and a black woman when they together. That's why people want you to be like, oh, love is love and all this, that, the other. Yeah, I get it. I ain't mad at it. But you're still not going to dismiss the facts. Like, I'm not saying it is bad. Like, y'all can do what you want. Do what you want. Marry who you want to. Have sex with who you want to. You're still not disputing the facts. A black woman and a black man couple is more powerful than any other couple on the fucking face of the earth. Now, if you want to give me numbers to try to argue that point, I'm sure you could. Well, statistically, yeah, I know. That's your favorite excuse. Well, statistically, niggas always want to talk about I find it funny when y'all decide to talk about numbers too. I think that's funny too. Y'all talk about numbers when it's convenient. Numbers don't mean nothing. That ain't what real music is. It ain't behind the numbers. But then as soon as you start talking about they favorite artists, man, look at his numbers though. That's funny to me. Yeah, numbers never matter until all of a sudden now Kendrick Lamar won the fucking beef. Now numbers matter. And I'm not talking specifically about that. I'm just talking about in general how disingenuous people are about that. Because that happens on smaller scales. Because them not the only niggas that be beefing in rap. Like, it's other shit that be going on in hip hop. But it always happens like that. When your particular person start doing numbers, now all of a sudden it don't matter. I remember when Lil Uzi Vert wasn't doing numbers like that before because he was weird. And then all of a sudden he keep cracking numbers. Now all of a sudden everybody a Lil Uzi Vert fan. And they been new. Huh? Alright. Yeah, I got it. It's certain shit in hip hop that I just feel like we never really take accountability for, and one of them is how disingenuous we can be when it comes to stuff like that. We can be very, very disingenuous when it comes to stuff like that. And again, I understand why. My thing with people is that just be honest about what it is. If you can be honest about what it is, then I won't have a problem. But niggas be lying. Like I say, if you want to vent to me and you want to talk shit about black men, just say that. Just say, hey, such hurt my feelings. They piss me off. They be doing this, that, and the other. And I just need to vent. Say that. Y'all won't be honest. Y'all be being disingenuous. You'll be hurt about something and you'll need to say that, but you won't say that. So you'll just sit up here and say, well, all black men ain't shit. And then you'll get on the internet saying that. And then you'll talk to your friends and say that. Then you'll talk to your mama and shit and say that. And you'll start to spread an energy and a narrative that ain't true. You just butthurt about some shit. I done been through a lot of shit with women. I'm not finna sit here and talk shit about how women ain't this and women ain't that. I'll speak to my experiences, but I'm not finna sit up here and say all women ain't shit. I'll say women do this, women do that. These are my experiences. But I just can't comprehend the whole. I won't find myself saying all women ain't shit. If it come off like that, that's not what I mean. If I say, I'm not gonna say all women ain't shit. That's just how women are. They just all stupid. Even though I feel like that sometimes. It just doesn't make it true. It's just how we feel sometimes, and your feelings aren't always true. Like, you have to know that. You just have to know that. And that'd be my thing. Like, why can't people have discernment when it comes to the internet? What's wrong with y'all? Like, you can say somebody hurt you, and that's why you on the internet fussing, so you can add context. But you know, people just be wanting to be hurt, and they be wanting to get their shit off, and now they got the internet and a space for somebody to listen to them. So you know, that's where they at with it. I get it. As a person who is vlogging for their sanity on a daily basis, I cannot help but to understand. You know. But like I say, if you're gonna vlog and talk shit about whoever you dealing with, like me, add context. Add context. Don't sit up here and act like everybody is the same type of individual. That's impossible. Because if every time you do that, you're talking about yourself as well. You are an individual. You can't sit up here and say, man, people saying, no, you said. People ain't said shit. You said that shit. All these hoes ain't, nah, it ain't all these hoes. It's the hoes you picking. It ain't all these hoes. So, because you ain't dated all these hoes. So you're lying. Quit lying. Just talk about your shit. Talk about your experiences. And then you will find your niche. You'll find your place. You'll find somebody, your group of people that'll understand you. I think the problem is when people start making these little groups and they find their space, they're going to find out that the people that are similar to them, you're going to start having to turn a mirror on yourself, and that shit going to start looking real ugly. That's why I always try to tell y'all, I'm not here to just bitch and complain. Where are the solutions? Like, I'm vlogging for my sanity, but I picked up a camera and decided to talk, not sit here and spew all of this evil that I was feeling in my heart, like amongst my friends in private. It's like, bro, vent, like talk, find something that works for you. Find something that works for you so you can get in a better headspace. Because that ain't good. That ain't good. That is not good. Like I said, most of my friends don't even really watch my shit. It ain't like they real fans. So for me, I think it's better for me to vent and vlog for my sanity and then be able to go amongst my friend group and be a much better person. Like, I can have a better spirit. I done got my shit out. I can talk. I done talked. I done said how I felt. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm cool. A lot of people, though, I give y'all a little tidbit. A lot of people, though, will they'll be nervous because, you know, they feel like that's personal shit. And these are my private thoughts, my personal thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep something to myself. Well, for me, as a black man, I don't really think I own nothing. I genuinely don't feel like I have rights to anything. I don't know if I ever will. Because you can't do that. Like, I know some people who try to do it through people. Like, a lot of black men will lie to you and tell you that they do feel ownership, but they'll do it through their family. But it's like, you don't really own your family. Like, you don't own your wife. Like, that's a lot of people try to do that. They'll try to do it through like stuff. And you don't really own that stuff. It's just, first of all, it's just stuff. And then you can't own a human being either. So for me, as a person who just doesn't feel like I can ever own anything, I have to find some sense of control in my life that I can deal with. And for me, you know, I'll be vlogging for my sanity. You know, that's what works for me. I've tried to do a lot of other shit, you know, and everything don't be just work. Everything don't be working. You know, sometimes I just be imploding. You know what I'm saying? Upset about where people at, who do what. You know, this gets frustrating. But then you can talk and you can get it out and you can feel a little bit better. So, so that's where I'm at with it. Yeah, I do believe that for me, it helps me just feel better. Like I said, for me, sometimes I just got to get that shit out because, you know, it genuinely feels like, as a man, that's just, you know, sometimes I feel like that's just how it goes. Like, maybe nobody is supposed to care, you know. And I don't want to say that like a depressing thing. I get that to a certain extent as a man, you should have more, you should have a lot more wherewithal to stand for certain things. I do think my generation in general is a lot softer than the world needs us to be. I also think that it's not just my generation. I think men in general are softer than the world needs us to be, because older men, a lot of older men, they'll tell you, you know what I'm saying, y'all need to be more like older men. I don't know a lot of old men, and maybe this is my problem as well. I don't know a lot of older men, black men, that can have a conversation. Like, I know niggas that have been to war, but heaven forbid they have a conversation that invokes emotion. So that's not a my generation thing. That's everybody. There's way too many men in general who think talking is gay. So it's a human thing. It's definitely a human thing. Other than that, hope I didn't depress you guys too much. Sorry if I did. Hopefully this will make you feel better. Plants. Look. Tomatoes. Yeah, I got my tomatoes popping. This fucking big ass fucking watermelon. God damn. Look at that. Ooh. Look at her. What's happening? Yeah, that motherfucker look doing good. Yeah. I got another watermelon right there. That motherfucker, damn. I ain't see this one right here. Okay, so I got 3. I got 3 so far. I don't know if that one gonna sprout another watermelon. I don't know, ain't no telling. Then I got this cucumber sitting right here. I don't know why it's curling up like that. That's weird. Well, anywho. Well, thank you guys for listening to me. I haven't talked to y'all in a while. There's some videos that I'm gonna post that are very emotional, but my whole thing with this vlogging for My Sanity is, bro, I can't, y'all not finna make me feel bad for my emotions. You know, that's one of the reasons why I started the County Kid Complex. That's one of the reasons why I vlog. It's one of the reasons why I put myself out there. Is because I'm really sick of you niggas making people feel bad for feeling some type of way. It's really annoying, and it really becomes a bigger problem because that's why people become losers. Because they be having a whole lot going on in their head, like I did, and they don't care to talk about it. So then what happens is you get caught up in your own head and you start making really, really, really stupid decisions in life because you think you know what the fuck is going on. And you really don't know what the fuck is going on. But you don't know that because you're in your own head. So that's why you need to evolve and get it out. Or at least that's me. Can't speak for you. That's just me. Yeah, that's just me. So I think we good. I think we done pretty much wrapped it up to the best of our abilities. I'm finna make me a smoothie before I pass and the fuck out. Have some oranges. Shit. I'm hot and tired. Ooh, Lord, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm tired as a motherfucker. Yeah. So, anywho, alright, I'm dragging it. So, I will see y'all on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Peace.